Hey, it's me, Lynne. I'm sorry if y'all can't hear this very well. I've got two fans on, and I don't want to wake my son up, but I wanted to come on. Today makes 5 years since my mom died, and I tried to make a video prior to this one, the second one. First one, the second one, and making the second one, but it was too long, so I'm gonna try again. I know you see. I just want to come on and say that I loved her, and heck, I need a better segue. I'm just going to talk about that morning, okay? Okay. Back then, I was a runner. I was a marathon runner at the time. You wouldn't know it by looking at me, but I used to run marathons. And my mother had been in the hospital for a while. Not a long time either. I had found her. Dying. And I brought her to the hospital. So, I mean, it was a shock, but it wasn't like a complete shock. But yeah, anyway, this morning I got a phone call, and I just got done running. I'd taken a shower, and I was making breakfast for my son and I, and a little bit of snippets from my father, because my father was still alive then. And he hated breakfast, just so you know. Like, it's not like I was starving him, but he didn't eat breakfast. I was trying to make him something, just in case he was hungry. You know, just for a snacklet. You know, when he got up to watch Magnum P.I. and the Golden Girls. But I got a phone call quite early in the morning at number o'clock 01. And I knew what it was. Nobody calls that early. Nobody. And I ran to the phone and I answered it, and they told me what had happened, that my mother had passed away. Sorry about my sneeze cough. So, thankfully breakfast was almost done. I mean, like, almost ready to plate. So I had everything done. I knocked everything off, you know, onto plates, and I'm like, I have to go now. I woke my father up, which did not make him happy. He did not like to wake up that early, unless he had to. Otherwise, you know, he always woke up good, but anyway. And I told him what had happened. Now, my father and my mother had been married. They are my parents. They're like two peas from the same pod, though they didn't know it. You know what I mean? And I just told Dad, like, you have to watch Orion for me, because I was not going to bring Orion to the hospital with me. And Dad said, okay, you know, and I said, Dad, please, you know, feed Orion. I ran off, you know, to put on something more than like what y'all are seeing me in now. You know, throw my hair up, get the fuck out of the house. and I drove to the hospital, which was so hard. So hard. I really wish that I had someone with me in the car. But so I got there, and I got up to the floor that she was on, and they told me that she had passed away, which I was fully aware of. And I, went in there to spend some time with her, and it took me a minute. When I got in there to get near her, but after just a few minutes, I would say not even 3 minutes, I went over and I brushed her hair. I put the chapstick that I had purchased for her on, a flavored Burt's Bees one. I believe it was watermelon, being that she wasn't allowed to eat. I had bought her flavored chapstick. That way, she could have some sort of flavor with her intravenous caca-doo-doo, whatever they were doing. And it just sucked. And I didn't really have anyone to call, which also sucked. I have a very close friend, but I could not call him because I just couldn't. And I didn't know what to do. So I sat there by her and brushed her hair, and I just kept putting on more and more chapstick, and I ended up crawling onto her, I don't know what those hospital beds are called. Hospital beds, probably? So I got up there. Shit, I need to hurry up. But I just laid there, basically, until they told me I had to leave. They were like, it was Bainbridge. But I didn't want to leave. That's where I came from. I am not religious in the least slightest bit. I came from my parents. I laid there next to her on her weird hospital little bed with my hand on her tummy just freaking out. And I knew my dad was on his way out, and I knew that I was losing a huge part of who I am. And at that moment, I tried so hard to become religious. I've always been an atheist. I always have since I was a child. Not due to my parents either. I am an atheist. And I tried and I tried. I wanted to believe in something. And fucking sucked. I hate this day. As much as I love being an atheist, this day makes me wish I could believe in some sort of higher power. I wish I could. And I wish I did. I really wish I did.